Good morning, children. Actually, firstly, I would like to apologize you all that I could not come to classes for many days. That is because I had my exams and as well as I was not keeping well also for last week. Because of that, I could not take the classes now, and I apologize for that. And now we will we'll start with biology, cell and its functions. Yes, you people have studied earlier, I think, about cells. Like, you know how a house is made up of bricks, our body is made up of cells. How a house is made up of bricks, our body is made up of cells. Got it? Okay, now, before coming to the definition, it is this cell, as I told you, okay, how a house is made up of bricks, a body is our body or any living organism, plants, animals, microorganisms. Okay, their body is made up of cells. Before coming to definition, you know, cell, it is the cell that gives structure to the body. It gives structure to the body. Any that may be plants, animals, okay, microorganisms, anything. It is this cell that gives structure to the body. Okay, and this cell, it performs functions such as nutrition, respiration, cell division, etc. Now, what is this nutrition? If people have studied in your you have studied last year, what is nutrition? What is nutrition? Nutrition, it is nothing but it is the process of taking food by an organism. Okay, it's the process of taking food by an organism, its digestion, absorption, and utilization by the body. It is a process of taking food by an organism, taking food by an organism, digestion, absorption, and utilization by the body. When I say taking food by an organism, you come to know. Digestion means food is broken down into simpler substances. Food is broken down into simpler substances. Okay, this digested food is absorbed by the blood, isn't it? You know, the food is absorbed by the blood, and later utilization by the, what is this utilization by the body? How that food is used up by the body. How the food is used up to release energy, isn't it? That food, it gives us energy. Okay, it helps to make proteins, vitamins, carbohydrates in our body. Did you people understand? So what is nutrition? It's a process of taking food by an organism, digestion, that is breaking down food into simpler substances, and this digested food is absorbed by the blood. Okay, and then utilized by the body. That how that food is used up by the body. Okay, that food is used up to release energy, to make proteins, vitamins, carbohydrates in our body. Did you people understand? That is what is nutrition. Okay, then respiration, very important. What is respiration? Many of you people will think respiration is taking food by an organism and, sorry, it is a process of taking in oxygen, giving out carbon dioxide. that is wrong. Okay, breathe. See, when you tell breathing, okay, when you tell breathing, okay, it is taking in oxygen, giving out carbon dioxide. But when I say respiration, okay, what is respiration? What the food we take is in the form of glucose. What the food we take is in the form of glucose, isn't it? This glucose is broken down in the presence of oxygen. This glucose is broken down in the presence of oxygen to release carbon dioxide, water, and energy. This energy is used by us to carry out our daily activities. Okay, running, skipping, then whatever, reading, writing. This energy is used up. Did people understand this? See, what is respiration? It is not very loud and clear. It is respiration is not taking in oxygen and giving out carbon dioxide. That is breathing. If I say respiration, respiration is breaking down of glucose in the presence of oxygen to release carbon dioxide, water, and energy. This process is called as respiration. Once again, I'll repeat. What is respiration? Breaking down of glucose in the presence of oxygen to release carbon dioxide, water, and energy is called as respiration. This energy, what is released, is used by us to carry our various activities in our daily life. I hope you understood what is respiration. Then cell division. What is this cell division? This cell division, a single cell will divide to form two new cells. A single cell divides to form two new cells. This process is called as cell division. Do people understand? A single cell will divide to form two new cells. And this process is called as cell division. Did you people understand this? So, a cell performs many functions such as nutrition, respiration, cell division, excretion. Cell performs many functions, okay, which results in the overall growth of the organism, which results in the overall growth of the organism. Did you people understand? So, mainly you have to know cell, it gives structure to the body, as well as this cell, it performs various activities. It performs various functions such as nutrition, respiration, cell division, etc., which helps in the overall growth of the organism. Okay. I hope you understood. Now, how do you define cell? What is cell? How do you define a cell? So, from these 2 points, you get to know that cell, it is a basic structural and functional unit of life. Okay, what is cell? It is basic, structural and functional unit of life. Okay, what is cell? Cell is a basic, structural and functional unit of life. Okay, I hope you all understood what is cell. So what is cell? Cell is a basic structural and functional unit of life. Now next, coming to unicellular organism and multicellular organisms. What are these unicellular organisms? Uni means one. Those organisms which are made up of only one cell, we call them as unicellular organisms. Organisms made up of only one cell are called as unicellular organisms. For example, amoeba, algae, bacteria. They all are single cell organisms. Now next, coming to multicellular organisms. Multi means many. That is those organisms which are made up of many cells are called as multicellular organisms. Those organisms which are made up of many cells, we call them as multicellular organisms. So for example, all plants, okay, animals, they come under multicellular organisms. Okay, for example, yes, plants like this may be a rose plant, okay, or hibiscus, rose plant, or you can take any hibiscus, anything. Then animals, it may be a elephant, dog, okay, etc. They all are multicellular organisms. Now next, coming to as I told you, a body, a human body only if we take, it is made up of many cells. That is made up of almost trillion of cells. Okay, I hope you people know. 10 to the power of 6. Millions means 10 to the power of 6. Okay, billion means 10 to the power of 9. Trillion means 1 million. 1 trillion means 10 to the power of 12. Okay, and 100 trillion means 10 to the power of 14. Okay, 1 million means 10 to the power of 6. I hope you come to know 6 zeros. To the 1 million. 1 billion means similarly 10 to the power of 9. 1 trillion 10 to the power of 12. And 100 trillion 10 to the power of 14. Okay, so human body is made up of trillions of cells. Now, Robert Hooke. Okay, in the year 1665. Robert Hooke in the year 1665, what he did was he designed his own microscope. Okay, he designed his own microscope, and he took a slice of cork. He took a thin layer of cork. What is this cork? It is a part of the bark of the tree. Okay, you people know first, before that, bark of the tree means the outer layer of the tree. Okay, this cork is the part of the bark of the tree. Okay, it is a part present in the bark of the tree. This cork, it is present in the bark of tree. Okay, this cork, it is a part present in the bark of the tree. Okay, what he did, this Robert Hooke, he did was, he observed a thin layer of cork under his self-designed microscope. It was designed by him. The microscope was made by him only. Okay, Robert Hooke, he observed a thin layer of cork, okay, under his self-designed microscope. What he observed was, he observed comb-like structure. Okay, he observed comb-like structure in it. Okay, this, can you see each part or each compartment? Okay, each compartment or each box, each compartment or each box, he named it as cell. Did you people understand this? Okay, it is. So once again, I'll repeat. Robert Hooke, in the year 1665, okay, when he observed a thin layer of cork under a self-designed microscope, okay, he observed honeycomb structure. Okay, in that he could see many compartments or boxes. Each box he named it as cell. Did you people understand this? This is what is about the how the cell was named. Cell was named. And now next coming to cell, you people know. It is a basic structural and functional unit of life. Okay, cell, it is a basic structural and functional unit of life. For example, you take as bone cell. Okay. Now next, tissue. What is this tissue? Group of cells that perform a specific function we call as tissue. Okay, what is a tissue? What are tissues? Tissues are group of cells that perform the same function. Okay, we call them as tissues. So, example, bone tissue. Once again, I'll repeat. What are tissues? Tissues are group of cells that perform the same function. Group of tissues, okay, which perform a similar function we call as organ. Okay, group of tissues that perform a similar function we call as organ. For example, bone. Okay, this bone or this group of organs which perform the similar function, we call them as organ system. Group of organs which perform same function, we call as organ system. Okay, for example, now bones, all the bones together form a skeletal system. All the organ systems together make an organism. Do people understand this? Cell is a basic structural and functional unit of life. Group of cells that perform the same function we call as tissues. The group of tissues that perform the same function we call as organs. Okay, group of organs which perform the same function we call as organ system. Okay, and group of all the organ systems together make an organism. Did you people understand this? If you take example or other, take for example, the stomach, small intestine, then liver, pancreas, okay, rectum, anus, okay, they all are the other organs, okay, which help in digestion. So they together form digestive system. Did you people understand? Like that, okay. So there are many organ systems. For example, digestive system, skeletal system, excretory system, then muscular system, circulatory system. Okay, so all together makes an organism. Okay, this is what is about. So what coming to the shape of the cells. Okay. When you come to the shape of the cells, here you have to, for example, if you take nerve cell, it is long and branched. It is long and branched, isn't it? What is the function of nerve cell? Okay, what is function of nerve cell? It helps to send messages to all the parts of the body, isn't it? These nerve cells help to send messages to all the parts of the body. And if you take RBCs, red blood cells, red blood cells. What is the function of this red? What is shape of RBCs? It is spherical, isn't it? The shape of RBCs is spherical. And what is the function of RBC? It helps to transport oxygen to all the parts of the body. Okay, this RBC, it helps to transport oxygen to all the parts of the body. So, these cells have different shapes, okay, which perform different functions. Do people understand this? Okay, different cells have different shapes which perform different functions. Different cells have different shapes which perform different functions. And as I told, these cells, they are very small, isn't it? The cells are very small. So small that they cannot be seen through our naked eyes. They can only be observed under microscope. Okay, they can only be observed under microscope. And coming to the size of the cell, I'll come to this. Okay, the size of cell, it is expressed in microns. As I told you, the cells, they cannot be seen through our naked eyes, can only be observed under the microscope. Okay, and the size of the cell, obviously it is very small and it is measured in microns. And 1 micron is equal to 1/1000 millimeters. Okay, 1 micron is equal to 1/1000 millimeters. Do people understand this? Size of the cell is very, very small. Okay, it is expressed in microns. Okay, That is 1 micron is equal to 1 by 1000 millimeters. And there are two types of microscope: compound microscope and electron microscope. There are two types of microscopes: compound microscope and electron microscope. In a compound microscope, it will enlarge the image just 20,000 times. This compound microscope, it will enlarge the image just by 20,000 times. That is, it magnifies the image. Magnifies means what? Enlarges. Enlarges the image 20,000 times. Okay, whereas electron microscope, okay, it will enlarge the image by 2 lakh times. Whereas electron microscope, it is very powerful, okay, and it will enlarge the image by 2 lakh times. Did you people understand this? Compound microscope just enlarges the image 20,000 times, whereas electron microscope enlarges the image 2 lakh times. So electron microscope is very powerful. Now, what you have to do is, yes, what you are going to do is, you are going to take a thin slice of onion. Okay, like before that, glass slide. What is this glass slide? It is rectangular in shape, made of glass. Okay, glass slide. It is rectangular in shape, made up of glass. Okay, take the glass slide and add a drop of water to it. Okay, take a glass slide and add a drop of water to it. Okay, then place, take a thin slice of onion. Okay, take a thin slice of onion and place it over this drop of water. Okay, then add a drop of iodine and observe it under the microscope. Okay, take a whatever. So you should do. You should take a glass slide, add a drop of water, then place a thin layer of onion on this drop of water. Again, add a drop of iodine and observe, then observe it under the microscope. When you observe it under the microscope, you observe 3 regions. You observe 3 regions. Okay. The outer layer of the cell, the outer layer of the cell called as cell membrane or plasma membrane. Okay, you observe 3 regions. First region is cell membrane or plasma membrane. It is the outer layer of cell. Okay, it is the, what is the cell membrane or plasma membrane? It is the outer layer of the cell. Then, okay, at the center, you observe a dark spherical region. Okay, at the center, you observe a dark spherical region. Okay, which is nothing but the nucleus. Which is nothing but the nucleus. And finally, okay, so nucleus, it is darkly stained. You add iodine, no? So it will be darkly stained. That's why I've shown dark purple. Okay, it will be darkly stained. And you people know iodine, it is violet in color, isn't it? You all have studied iodine, it is violet in color. That's why I've shown. Okay, so since you add iodine to the slide, okay, it will become stained. Okay, it will absorb iodine and it gets stained, isn't it? So here the center part, okay, it is dark spherical region. It is a dark spherical region called as the nucleus. And okay, there is a jelly-like substance that fills entire cell, okay, which is lightly stained. You can see it is lightly stained. Okay, there is a jelly-like substance that fills the cell, okay, and which is lightly stained, and that is nothing but cytoplasm. That is cytoplasm. So cell, it has three main regions: cell membrane, also called as plasma membrane, okay, then nucleus, cytoplasm. Once again I'll repeat. Okay, if you observe the thin layer of onion under the microscope, you observe three regions: cell membrane, nucleus, cytoplasm. Okay, and now the outer layer of the cell called as the cell membrane, and at center you find a dark spherical region called as the nucleus, and finally a jelly-like substance that fills the entire cell, which is lightly stained. It is cytoplasm. Okay, now we will study what are the functions of plasma membrane. What is the function of this plasma membrane or cell membrane? It maintains the shape of the cell. With the cell membrane, it helps to maintain the shape of the cell, and mainly it allows, the second point, it is very important, it allows the entry and exit of certain substances in and out of the cell. Okay, it helps in the entry and exit of certain substances in and out of the cell. Okay, see here, that is, if this is the cell, now next class I'll draw the diagram neatly. Okay, I'll draw both plant cell and animal cell. Today I've just drawn roughly. Okay, so here it allows oxygen to enter inside this cell membrane. As I told you, what is the cell membrane? It is the outer layer of the cell. Okay, this cell membrane allows the oxygen to enter inside the cell. This cell membrane allows oxygen to enter inside the cell, and it allows carbon dioxide to move out of the cell. Okay? It allows carbon dioxide to move out of the cell. That means, okay, this cell membrane, it allows only certain substances to enter inside the cell, okay, as well as it allows certain substances to move out of the cell. Did you people understand this? This cell membrane, it allows only certain substances to enter inside the cell, as well as it allows only certain substances to move out of the cell. So it allows the entry and exit. Entry means enter inside the cell. Exit means move out of the cell. It allows the entry and exit of certain substances in and out of the cell. It allows the entry and exit of certain substances in and out of the cell. Hope you all understood. In next class, we will be discussing about the functions of different parts of the cell. Okay, this is what is for today. Thank you.